My name is Nasime Saps.
They walk among us. They whisper in your ear. You're looking all around, but there's nobody there. They walk among us. Shackled by the sound of their voice, leaving you bewildered, knowing you have no choice. They walk among us.
So let's get back to the satanic Luciferian psychological operation soft disclosure in the mainstream news. Now that you understand and know what the mainstream news is and who owns it and why, and now you'll know why they're doing what they're doing. Okay? It's called seeding the consciousness. Okay? Seeding the consciousness. It is a form of propaganda. Propaganda is a military warfare tactic, also known as intelligence warfare. Okay? It is a war against your knowledge. Okay? It's a war against your spirit, your soul, your will, your mind, and your emotions. That's what propaganda is. It is satanic, because it is meant to dominate you. And who is the one that wants to dominate you in order to control you, in order to kill you and murder you? Well, that would be the devil, of course. Everything inspired by the devil is meant to, at first, dominate you. Second, take all your power away and make you weak. And then third, while you're weak and down, at your lowest point, and only at your lowest point, when you can't go any further down, only when you're at your rock bottom, then kill you, at the height of your suffering. Okay? That is the way that the devil and those that follow along after the devil, who are demon-possessed people, having their minds controlled by the devil, think about you every day without end, without stopping. They think this way every day, daily, which is a satanic, Luciferian, psychological warfare, intelligence warfare, military propaganda operation meant to seed your consciousness. Consciousness seeding is a method of dominating you, controlling you. Also known as, aka, predictive programming. These people who control things are very religious, but they're not religious in a good way. Okay? They're not religious in a nice way, in a kind way, in a gentle-hearted, gentle-spirited way, in a beneficial way, in a way that increases peace on earth and happiness in the world amongst people. No. Okay? No. That is not what they're interested in. These people are interested in three things. One, the main one, becoming God on the earth and in reality. Becoming God in this material, physical dimension. Reaching a state of godhood and godliness in their power and in their abilities. Becoming not like God, but becoming literal God. Okay? That is the first thing. The second thing is these people are obsessed with worshiping the devil. and they have all of their culture, all of their thoughts, all of their minds, all of their hearts, all of their desires, all of their intellect, all of their being focused on worshiping the devil. And third, those that won't worship them the best way as God, third, they just want to get rid of through murder. And the only people left behind are their best, most faithful worshipers. That's it. These people are so deluded in their minds that they literally believe this, that this will happen. The devil has made them so dumb in their head, in their thought process, in their thinking, the way they think about things. The devil has made them so dumb that they literally think this will come to be. Okay? They literally think this will come to be. Oh, it is these same people, these very same people who I just described, they are the ones that are trying to seed your consciousness, trying their best to predictively program through their mind control propaganda techniques of the quote-unquote mainstream news networks. They will not stop trying to do that by gradually, over time, and then drastically increase, etc., news on the mainstream news. This is why you know the names. I'm not going to say the names. It's not unnecessary to say what the names are, but you know what the names of the mainstream newses are. See, these people, only when they think that they have reached the position of being God, then they will say the truth. Then they will say the truth like, oh, this is the devil. But before that, they're not going to say. They want to be able to show off that they can just get away with just killing a random person and nobody can do anything. And nobody gets arrested, nobody goes to jail. And they want it to be able to be broadcasted and seen it in order to demoralize you. They want to be able to have it be like that. Hunger Games, but not even like Hunger Games. Hunger Games is like pre-K. Hunger Games is like playground stuff. They want to make it be where they can just go out on the street, grab any random kid and just kill that kid right there and nobody can do nothing. Nobody gets arrested, nobody goes to jail. They want to be able to be like that.
They walk among us. They whisper in your ear. You're looking all around, but there's nobody there. They walk among us. Shackled by the sound of their voice, leaving you bewildered, knowing you have no choice. They walk among us.
And one of the ways that he wants people to believe is that it's perfectly okay and fine to force people, berate people, and control people in what they do and how they think. Forcing people to do things they don't want to do, forcing people to think things that they don't want to think, forcing people to partake in things that they don't want to partake. That's the devil. And the devil wants other people to believe that it's perfectly okay for people to force other people to do things. Force it. Let's just force everything. Let's just force people to do it. Because we have the right to do it. So, and that's the lie that they believe. They believe that they can force people to do things because they have the right to force people to do things. And no one has the right to force anyone to do anything. No one has that right to force it. No one has the right to do that. But they say that we have the right to do it because if you don't do what we're forcing you to do, we're going to punish you. You are going to be punished. That's where our right comes to force you to do things, is because we're going to punish you. And so if you don't do what we are forcing you to do, because it's our right to force you, then you're going to suffer the consequences and be punished, and you're going to be traumatized, and you're going to be hurt, and you're going to be everything else, and then that's it. And God is blessing that. God is going to bless that. God is going to bless people that are like that. No, he's not. That's not God's character. God doesn't bless people that are going to be partaking in things of that kind of nature. That's cursed stuff, to be doing things like that. Every time a person forces somebody else to do something that is against their will that they have, and I do believe in will. I do believe people have wills, and I do believe people have choices. It's just they're not free. It's not a free choice, and it's not a free type of will. But I do believe that they exist, and that people make choices every day, but they're not free choices. So if a person comes along, or a group of people come along and force you to do something that you don't want to do, that is against your will, and they say, if you don't do it, we're going to hurt you, that's demonic. 100% demonic. And I don't care what the name of the group of people is, the name of the individual people in that group, the name of whoever it is, it's demonic. It's demonic. God never said for people or a group of people to run around, get together, and force another group of people to do things. Where did God say that? He didn't say it. God never said to do that. People do it. The devil said to do that. People say to do that. The devil says it's okay to do that. People say it's okay to do that. And so where does Caesar is like a little speck? God is the big one. God is the owner. God is the creator. God owns everything. What does Caesar own? Nothing.
They walk among us. They whisper in your ear. You're looking all around, but there's nobody there. They walk among us, shackled by the sound of their voice, leaving you bewildered, knowing you have no choice. They walk among us.
The whole point of the one world control you in order to kill you and murder you, well, that would be the devil, of course. Everything inspired by the devil is meant to, at first, dominate you. Second, take all your power away and make you weak. And then third, while you're weak and down, at your lowest point, and only at your lowest point, when you can't go any further down, only when you're at your rock bottom, then kill you, at the height of your suffering. Okay? That is the way that the devil and those that follow along after the devil, who are demon-possessed people, having their minds controlled by the devil, think about you every day without end, without stopping. They think this way every day, daily, which is a satanic, Luciferian, psychological warfare, intelligence warfare, military propaganda operation meant to seed your consciousness. Consciousness seeding is a method of dominating you, controlling you. Also known as, aka, predictive programming. These people who control things are very religious, but they're not religious in a good way. Okay? They're not religious in a nice way, in a kind way, in a gentle-hearted, gentle-spirited way.